Welcome to Black Love Matter, where this serves as a therapy session for figuring out adulthood,
loving each other,
and finding our inner Barack and Michelle.
Or Jay-Z and Beyonce. Or this week, we're going to go with Ruby Dee and Ozzie Davis. Their love story spanned over 5 decades, and it continues to inspire generations to believe in true love and the power that it brings to us. They actually passed away. They almost been like a decade. No, it's been about 5 or 6 years since both of them passed away. Like, for the folks, for the youngins who might not know Ruby Dee and Ozzie Davis, please Google them. Google is your friend. But they've been in film, TV, Broadway. I think one of my favorite movies with them was it Jungle Fever? What was Ozzie Davis, Reverend Minister Pastor? What was his?
He had all those damn
titles that Spike Lee gave him, or Ruby Dee when she was an American Gangster. So please check them out. But most importantly, y'all, they were activists for the brown community. So they was for the cause. So although they did all these plays, they were influential with TV, all that good stuff, but they were down to the cause to the end. So shout out to Ruby Dee and Ozzie Davis. It's just black love, that old school black love.
OGs and black love.
Yeah, it's the blueprint. So
they are the blueprint. Well, I am Niram.
And I'm Niambi.
And this is episode 6. Oh, I almost messed that one up. Episode 6, y'all. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Mondays are rough.
I know. You just look over here dragging.
I'm not dragging. I'm on my productivity upkeep. But yeah, I don't know why morning's a little rough. Well, I said that to the folks last episode. Yeah. Mornings are not the best. I'm not in my prime. I'm not at my best in the morning, but I'm here. Amen.
I'm going to send one up for you. Well, be sure to send us, leave us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes and Stitcher. If you do, we'll definitely shout you guys out on the shout out show on Friday. So, Niambi, how you doing, girl?
Overall, good. The weekend was good. It was restful. The weather was beautiful.
Amen.
Finally, it was absolutely beautiful. And I mean like 80 degrees, sun shining, slight breeze. I think we only turned on the air once. And y'all, that's because Niram cannot stand to be overheat. He's like a 6-month-old baby.
Sure.
And if he starts to overheat, he can't regulate his body temperature. But if it was me, I would have just turned on the fan and relaxed. So we only turned on the air conditioner once, but it was good. We also had an open house, so y'all cross your fingers that we get an offer soon. I'm hoping, we're getting around that time where we hopefully should be getting some offers. We're going to have to do like a buying and selling episode. So after we sell the house and go through all that paperwork, y'all, we'll take like maybe a good 1 or 2 episodes. What do you think about that, Nero?
Yeah.
And just walk through the process. So it probably should be 2 episodes. So I think it's 1 episode on like buying the house. And then maybe 1 episode on selling it. I think it just depends.
Maybe 3, because I think buying, what happens after you buy this house and you done moved in and you house poor.
Oh, because you're going to be house poor.
So that should be
It's just
episode.
levels to the house poor. So some people only can eat ramen noodles. We could have more than ramen noodles. But it's a level of, so all my fun is at the house.
Yes. So you need an episode for that. Like, I bought this house.
Yeah.
Now all my disposable income is gone.
Yes. And it's
now what?
Look, we already getting into it. And it's not that all of it should be gone, but I know for us, it was like a month or 2, maybe about 2-3 months where it's like, okay, we have to be still because we got to re-up.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then like the 3rd episode on what it is selling.
Yeah. And, giving your pro tips on de-Negroizing the house.
De-Negroizing it's important.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do that then. But yeah, so the open house was good. So cross your fingers for us and everything. But y'all, I gotta say this. Niram was supposed to kind of go through and, do the little cleanup of the house. And after the open house, I went downstairs to our basement to get something. I don't know what I was doing down there. And I looked on the windowsill and it's a graveyard of dead flies. I said, Niram, you had one job to vacuum and do a 1 dust over. We don't go in the basement that much and it's finished. I said, what's in this windowsill? And Niram was like, oh, how'd they get there? Sir, it was your job to do the final ones over in the house. So it was like just a graveyard of dead little flies. How did they get there? Have you ever seen that?
No, that was like a scene from a fucking scary movie. I'm still trying to figure out how to get there. Yeah.
Did you Google it?
No. Listen here. I did do a vacuum clean. I did everything else. I just forgot to look at the damn windowsill.
Okay. Well, don't let that happen when we're trying to sell this house. When you're trying to scare people, that could be like a root on certain people. I know if I walked in the house, I'd be like, no, ma'am. The Lord said no.
All these damn dead flies.
Yeah. So, But other than that, like I said, we're gonna remain positive. Our real estate agent is amazing. She's a hustler, honey.
Mm-hmm.
When I tell you she be coming with her signs and be propping them up and be having the windows open, she don't complain. She have her little printouts and everything. But shout out to her. She is doing a good job. Well, as always, I promised y'all a work story from this weekend. But you know what? The devil tried to steal my joy this weekend. But I ain't let him when it came to work. Let me tell y'all this story. It got to me. So I was driving to work and I was running a little bit. Actually, I wasn't running a little way. I actually left earlier for work. For all y'all in New England, I was trying to get to my job. I have to go on something called the 90, so the Mass Pike. When I tell you that boy was backed up, it was backed up. Usually it takes me 20 minutes to get to work. I left 40 minutes early just to make buffer for this. But I was just in the standstill traffic on 90 for 20 minutes. So I'm like, all right, I haven't moved in 20 minutes. In most professional settings, wouldn't you call your supervisor to be like, hey, I'm still coming to work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just in standstill traffic. I don't know if it was just crowded or if it's an accident, but I am coming.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I'm being productive, I got my little Bluetooth, so I'm calling. Got connected to one person, the operator. I said, can I be connected, to my supervisor? And they said, sure, hold on. Got connected up, to where I need to be. And then, I get to one person and I'm saying, oh, can I be connected to so-and-so? I need to talk because I'm running a little late because of X, Y, and Z. Silence. And I said, okay. It looked like they ain't know, like it was shot. Like nobody has ever called them before to say what was going on. So I'm like, what? Maybe they busy, maybe there's a lot of stuff going on. But mind you, there are other ways to talk to folks. So it's not this organization isn't just over the, overhead speakers. Mm-hmm. Like there are communications that are on your body and walkies that you can communicate with easily. So I'm like, okay, let me just relax. It's a weekend, it's busy. So then somebody else jump on and say, if you want to do this, you should talk directly to the store manager and blah, blah, blah. I said, hold up. Who is this? Then they said their name. I said, oh, I'm sorry, you must be mistaken. I asked and I filled in my supervisor's name and I didn't ask for your input. Thank you. Who are you talking to? And so finally I got, with my, supervisor and they were kind of listening. They was like, okay, we'll talk to the store manager, all that good stuff. I said, fine, well, connect me again. First of all, why are all these levels going on? Am I just confused? Have I not worked in this industry before? So I almost wanted to ask my supervisor, if I got to talk to the store manager, what's the purpose of you? Like I almost wanted to pull them aside to be like, if I can't tell you,
I'm running late.
What is the purpose of you then? But because I'm all about this empowerment and moving forward, right? Okay. So I finally get in touch with the damn store manager, and I'm like, tell him the situation. This is what's going on. I'm coming. I just wanted to give a heads up. Right? Mm-hmm. And then instead of him saying, okay, the conversation should be like, okay, and then hang up the damn phone, correct?
Right.
Nope. So what this fool gonna tell me was like, well, you think you can be here no more than 16 minutes after your scheduled time? Sir, I'll try my best, but I cannot guarantee that I will be there within 16 minutes. That's why I'm what?
Calling
you, correct? Then he was like, well, if you get here 16 minutes late, it's equivalent to a no call, no show. Triggered. Me in the car. So they forgot. See, you know what? They treat folks a certain type of way, but they know I'm not the 1, 2, or the 3, okay? They forgot I've been touched by white hands and I've been in the readings of James Baldwin and I am not your Negro. So I said, so you're telling me if I'm 16 minutes late, it's the equivalent of me being 8.5 hours late? Meaning not coming in? He was like, yeah. I said, so there's not a tardy. I could take it. Like, I know I'm running. Like, I didn't ask to be just scot-free. I'll take a tardy. But you telling me it's equivalent to call off? Yes, of course it is. Same consequences and everything. I said, you know what, sir? I won't be in today. Have a beautiful night. Have a good close. Lord. And I hung up that damn phone. What? I was just so done. I was done. Like, what do you mean it's the equivalent? What, 16 minutes? And I'm working 8.5, 9 hours for the man?
For the white man.
For the man. Achieving somebody else's goals. I said, not today, Satan. If I would have went up in there, I would have cussed somebody out. Was that just, first of all, aren't you supposed to give folks a heads up when you're running late for work?
Yeah.
Or is that not what you don't do that? You just show up when the hell you want to show up.
I'm so used to a professional setting. That, yeah, you give them a heads up like, hey, I'm going to be late or
This is what's going on. And again, I didn't ask for provisions. I just assumed I was going to get a tardy. But you telling me I'll get a no-call, no-show, and you still want me to come up in here and play with y'all for 8.5 hours? What a no-call, no-show? And it's 80 degrees and sunny outside? I won't be in, sir. Thank you. Have a great close. And I hung up. You got to hang up. I ain't let him say bye. I said, have a great close, and I hung up. I found the nearest exit off 90. I sticked it and reversed and took the back roads home. Was I wrong for that, Niram? Tell the truth, shame the devil.
We have different philosophies. While I do find it being quite hilarious and funny as hell.
Why you think that ain't? I was in the moment.
I know you was in the moment because, I was sitting my happy ass on the couch, feet propped up, toes wiggling. And I hear...
Twiggling, as I say.
Twiggling, wiggling.
Yeah.
And I hear this car. And I'm like, that sounds like Niambi car.
Speaking of, did you ever move my car back?
I felt like that was Niambi's car.
No, that means no.
So, and then I hear a beep, and then I hear something at my door. So, y'all know me. I'm in a white-ass New England, so if somebody gonna be coming to my door, and I don't expect somebody to be coming to my door, so I'm going to run to get a knife. And here comes Niambi ass coming in the door. I'm like, what the hell you doing here?
Yeah.
They done triggered me. They done triggered me. I said, oh, shit, let me put this knife back. Yeah. But yeah, I definitely think I have more or less a different philosophy. Yes, I probably would have just went in and told that motherfucker a piece of my mind.
I probably got fired.
Yeah, I know you would, because you do it. You got a lot more mouth than I do.
Yeah, you know how folks feel about big mouth brown women.
Yes.
So they would have been done, because I'm sure everybody on that phone I'm sure that girl I talked to that said, did I even ask you for your input, was done. And I'm sure that store manager, when I told him, I won't be in, have a good night, and hung up on his ass. He's in shock too.
Yes. So, we definitely have two different philosophies. But I also feel like, if you was that caught up in the moment and like that angry and that triggered, bring your ass home. Yeah. Especially when you still gonna get the same consequence. But I think for me, I'm just so damn charming. I was like, come on, man.
Did he say he's so charming and I ain't charming? I'm too rough around the edges. Huh?
I said, come on, man. You really gonna give me a write-up for 16 minutes? And then if you still would have been on that bullshit, because, it's harder for people to tell no in person. So, I would have been like, this is bullshit. And then if you still would have wrote me, I damn would have left. Fuck you.
From work?
Yes.
Like, you would call out from work?
Yes.
Would you be like, I'm sick?
You know what? I'm not feeling well.
I'm nauseous.
You know what? I need a mental health day. Before I
y'all listening, that is the key word when you're at your job. I need a mental health day.
I need a mental health day.
They don't want you to be ticky, boom, boom. Oh my goodness. But overall, the positive side was I got to really spend the afternoon with Niram. Like, I've been really, it's summertime, so I've really been working a lot more at this place, this superstore, whatever you gonna call it, more than I personally would like to. But you try to stack just a couple extra coins, because as y'all know, during, the academic year, you don't have as much free time. But I was heading towards that point where I was, sometimes you can't give other folks more than you're giving yourself. Mm-hmm. So I was going to the store, I think, a little bit too many hours and investing a little bit. I don't know who the CEO of this company is. I was investing a little bit too much into their dreams. Mm-hmm. So it was time for me. I take it as it was time for me to pull back and focus a little bit more on my dreams and passions. So I would say that's the overall good thing, that Niram and I really got to spend the afternoon together. And it was beautiful outside. But you know what? We did absolutely nothing. I don't even think we went outside. But I loved every moment of it. So it was a good, just mental health, relaxation day. But other than that, that's what I got. As always, God is good all the time, and all the time He's good. Come on. What you been up to? How was your weekend, Niram?
Chilling, doing good stuff. Still working on the social media, playing the podcast. I have very little video editing skills, but YouTube has definitely been a professor.
Oh my goodness.
YouTube has been teaching me everything. So all that stuff y'all see on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Black Love Matters. Remember that? Remember, that's Black with no K. All those videos. I learned how to do that shit via YouTube, and I'm kind of happy for that.
Yeah.
My sister called me.
Yes.
And she's like, I heard, I was on your Facebook, and I was like, let me see what this Black Love Matters is. And I heard it. And y'all just went straight to the moon with this.
Ooh. What you was trying to say? We was gonna be amongst the grass. We weren't gonna leave Earth.
I guess.
She said she was gonna put a little oil on us to pray for us, huh?
Y'all went to the moon on this. I had this plan and the kids was in it, and then I heard a couple things. I said, "Oh,
you gotta put them headphones on." Huh?
It's just you gotta put those headphones on. This ain't safe for work.
Babies. No, this ain't. We'll do a family-friendly episode.
Nope.
Yes, because it's family topics we can talk about.
But
we'll get a heads up.
But I'm still gonna be cussing.
You know what? I think that's a part of pillow talk, and I want to flesh that out a little bit more. I know I ain't warning you about that, but I'm gonna make a note, and I want to flesh that out a little bit more. Pillow talk. How about that?
Okay, well let's do it. Well, I'm gonna cuss. So it was just funny to hear my sis tell me like how much she appreciated it and things of that sort. So that's what's up. Shout out to you, Shuz. What else? Black Panther trailer finally came out.
T'Challa.
Yes.
Is it T'Challa or T'Challa?
T'Challa.
T'Challa. I
from Wakanda.
Yes. I'm here for every moment of it.
I'm so excited. I'm happy. The only criticism I got is
here we go.
I gotta be a little shady. I hope the movie is better than those damn slow ass comics.
Now see, I didn't read the comics.
So
I'm a big Dragon fan.
Ta-Nehisi Coates, which I love his writing. I love, Between the World and Me. Like, I just love his writing.
Yes, he's really fun.
And
informant and woke and
he woke. He's everything.
Yeah,
that's good, right? But him writing the what is it called, the restart of Black Panther, yes, was so damn slow.
Oh, he wrote it like an academic article.
It was.
That black intellect.
Yes,
because our black intellects, all they books a little slow. All they stuff is on it.
Yeah,
but it's not edutaining, as I say.
Yeah, the nigga is woke. I love his writing. I love what he do for the community. But his writing for Black Panther was just slow, and it was just sometimes boring. Like, man, like why is this storyline still dragging? Why are we still in the office of Wakanda?
Oh, it is an office.
You know what I'm saying? Why we ain't fighting yet? So
the action, because it is a comic book.
It's a comic book, so I figured it would be a little bit more of that. But it was more of him being woke. In his woke writings.
He doing reflections. He's smudging and look like in stage.
Yeah. So the book, the comic book just didn't get it for me. And I talked to my other friends, and I was like, is it me? And it's like, nah.
But you can't say that in the majority. Like in the majority, you got to say it's good.
Yeah, I can't say that from the white people.
But amongst friends, amongst the Black love community, we can be like, it's a little boring.
That shit was a little boring. It was a little slow. But I am everything. I am for,
and everybody in it too. Yeah. So is Lupita with her gorgeous, flawless skin. Was it Michael Jordan? Is that his name? Michael B. Jordan. What is the main character name? I forgot his name. He played James Brown.
Hardwick. Yes. I can't remember his last name.
I'm here for all this blackness and this beauty. And I'm actually just to see how they're going to flip it to like this brown universe with this African accent. Like, what is the fight scenes going to look like? Because they just can't recreate Iron Man or the other stuff that's been done. It has to be something completely, more organic and natural. And that soundtrack better be lit.
Yeah, it's going to be lit.
It better be lit. So but I can't wait to see it. It don't come out to 2018. Ain't it a little early?
But still, they got to build that hype. You see how, you see how when it comes to Marvel, they build up that hype. They pay that money to get people built in.
Years.
But when it comes to DC and it comes to Wonder Woman, you don't see no damn advertising and nothing. That just shows you like the differences of budgets. When they think a movie,
it's two different groups.
Yeah, so when they think a movie is gonna be successful, they put all this money behind it to, pump it up.
Oh, you tried it. I just got what you said. So you said they ain't putting them behind Wonder Woman. Y'all, I still ain't seen it. I'm going this week. I was supposed to go. That day I came home from work, but I was just too exhausted. But I'm going this week.
Well, I really think so. Like, I really think that they only put money behind movies where they really think they're going to succeed, and they think that money is going to, it's a good ROI. Yeah. So I really feel like that, the studio didn't feel like Wonder Woman was going to pop. So that's why you don't see all that money and all the all that hype and everything else for it, because they didn't think it was going to pop, and now they're like,
oh, it is. How did they know? Okay.
But I also think it was going to pop because it's Wonder Woman. Like, you got all this women's empowerment stuff, and you don't think this shit ain't going to pop.
Yeah. I mean, well, you're at the top.
Yeah, and I'm saying y'all putting all this damn money in Green Lantern born ass.
Oh, my goodness. Or, okay, we can't keep talking about movies. What was all that money? I know that's not like DC Comics or Marvel. What is this reboot? Is it Tom Cruise is trying to do with the Mummy? What is that?
They should have left that shit alone.
And why is it so much money? I didn't realize how much money it costs to make.
Yeah.
And only 3 people seen it this weekend. And I enjoyed the move, like the first installment of the Mummy. But like, and the thing is, I want to see that Tom Cruise one, but I'm okay with waiting till it go to the dollar show, or back on TV or Redbox.
Yeah,
like that's one of them movies. But yeah, okay.
So that's how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
For all the stay woke news out there, so Dave Chappelle was out in Flint, and I know you ain't riding for him.
I'm not a rider for David Chappelle.
I know you're not, but peep this: he did a show, and then he donated all his money to the Flint water crisis.
That was cute. Why did he do that? I feel like Dave Chappelle always got ulterior motives. Like, did he not go to a show? Did he cancel? It's something else to that story, because that's the type of Negro he is. It wasn't not the kindness of his heart. Honey.
So you're not going to even be happy for him?
I'm very happy. I'm very happy, because Flint they need more than 50,000.
I understand,
they need
but
every penny that they can get.
Yeah.
But Dave Chappelle, honey, he ain't been right since he had his mental health break a few years back.
This man just donated some money.
I'm appreciative of it. I'm appreciative that he donated this. Why is the Flint water crisis still going on?
Because you didn't hear about what was that senator talking about because these niggas don't pay they damn.
Hold on. He done went to the Bill Maher School of what did he say?
He said the reason why the Flint water crisis went on is because these damn niggers don't pay their taxes. Hard ER niggers. I tried to keep it positive, cheap and cheerful, but yeah. So. We got that going on.
That don't make no sense.
In other ratchet news, XXX Attention got his ass snuffed.
What's his name?
XXX Attention.
Attention?
I don't know.
Attention.
However the millennials pronounce it.
Yeah.
He got his ass snuffed on stage. He was just singing, and somebody mollywopped the shit out of his ass.
What?
He was on the ground. I thought he didn't die.
Hold on. Someone jumped up on the stage.
Yeah.
Why? Kids don't need
millennial
reasons.
Stuff.
They don't need reasons.
Yeah. So they mollywopped him. And last thing before we move on, Amber Rose then posted a picture on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook of her bottomless, like just showing all the chocha.
What do you mean bottomless?
Straight bush, no panties, no nothing.
Ooh!
And she just sitting there.
All right, Amber. She's sitting there greased up, honey.
Greased up.
Like a Thanksgiving Day turkey.
And got like the burning bush. I don't know what is going on, but everybody.
Was this for like a magazine or
no?
something?
This is Amber Rose being bad. Amber Rose, talking about slut walk and all that other stuff.
I ain't mad at her. You know what? She is a woman and she can do what she want. Her body is she piece. I'm not gonna participate. But if you're gonna participate, all power to you.
Well, Black Twitter is demanding for an Amber Rose challenge.
No, not Black Tigger. Negroes are demanding for Amber Rose. So they want these women to be out here.
Well, they got to realize that Amber Rose is like a figment of your imagination.
Absolutely. She's one in a million, honey.
Yes.
That ain't how everybody's looks.
Now, everybody bush ain't going to look like that. Hers is all manicured, look like a little Christmas tree.
I ain't even just talking about her, what Jocelyn Hernandez said, her kitty cat. I ain't just talking about her kitty cat. I'm just talking about her body. Her body is sickening. And she put a lot of work, time, or money, I don't know, a mixture of both, into that.
Okay.
And she gonna have these girls in these streets looking crazy with them lump bumps and dumps.
I know, right?
Okay.
Them hair bumps, some ingrowns and everything like that.
If folks gonna do it, what I'm gonna say to ladies out there, if you're gonna do it, but be safe, y'all.
Yeah.
So just think, if the path that you want to go on life, your career path, is not conducive to all this behavior, okay? So just think about that first. Think about your career path. Look, I got me stutter. The career path. Think about if you got any children, because the children, internet is forever. Just make sure those things are everywhere. But if you're going to do it, I don't got nothing against it. But just realize you're not Amber Rose.
And don't be using your real Twitter name, your
get
Twitter
an alias,
handle,
honey. Get an alias.
Your IG, because your people, some people at work following you.
Because this is, what y'all got to understand, this is Amber Rose's brand.
Right.
Her brand is her body.
She ain't got to go to no 9 to 5 every Monday.
She don't. Her 9 to, exactly.
So.
But y'all wrong for talking about the Amber Rose challenge. All right. Don't
It's like a
y'all
burning
be safe
bush.
out there, okay? You be safe in these Twitter streets, okay? Because Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, they give a lot of false confidence.
Mm-hmm. They surely do.
And they're gonna be like, women, people gonna flip it. Oh, love yourself, love your
Right.
body positivity. No, this is some niggas trying to get a peek. Ladies, there's a way to do it. You can get some nice, what's it called? Boudoir? What's it called?
Boudoir.
Ooh. It's
I don't know what the hell you talking about.
I don't know what I was talking. It's still early for me.
Boudoir.
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 It's a way to do it. I ain't against women showing their body. If you got to do it. Mm-hmm. But just be aware.
But her ass is just sitting on some stairs like Puff Daddy was.
I know.
At the Met
I
Gala.
just Googled it.
With the bush just all out.
You're caught up on this idea of her cootie cat. Thank you, Jonathan. But I'm more caught up on her skin. I would like to know what type of shea butter she's using. Because she don't have a mark on her body, okay?
She's using coconut oil.
She is greased up. It's beautiful. She's sickening.
Hey.
If you have eyes, she is sickening. Don't Google this, y'all. Don't Google this on your work job computer. You're gonna get in trouble.
Yes,
you're gonna get flagged.
It's not safe for work.
Get off your work server. Don't do this, okay?
Don't even do it on your phone on the Wi-Fi.
No, because they're gonna trace it.
So
wait till you get home and go to Google Wi-Fi. Incognito. But it's worth a look. She's sickening. Okay, come on. We sitting here being thirsty over Amber. Why that don't surprise me she would do it. I just hope others don't follow in suit and been got in trouble. But they 9 to 5. Honey, they both like, you can't be posting like this Playboy, honey.
Talking about Amber Rose channels. Well, that's all I got, baby girl.
All right, cool. Well, I guess that means we can kind of jump into this pillow talk.
Hey.
So what I wanted to talk about, what I kept seeing this weekend was this Mary J. Blige. I know I don't want to call it a divorce settlement, but that in between when you working towards a divorce settlement, but you ain't really divorced yet. Like, I guess it's almost
separation type of thing.
Yeah. But there's like clauses within this. So it's been reported that Mary J. Blige, her former husband, and I think he was her manager too, Kendu. She has to pay him $30,000 a month. Here it is, in temporary spousal support until their divorce plays out and finalized. So just to get some backstory, they've been married for about 13 years, and originally Kendu wanted Mary to pay him $120,000 a month. Man. I'm gonna say again. At first, Kendu wanted MJB to pay him $30,000 is a lot of money. $120,000 a month. Crazy. And the last thing I wanted to note too when I was reading is that they said the judge made note that they're living beyond their means during their marriage too, and they still owe millions of dollars back taxes. Well, what the hell am I paying him $30,000 a month for? So, what do you think about this? This is a lot now. So, what do you think about this situation where Mary J. Blige has to pay him $30,000 a month?
First things first, that's how I know I'm poor, because he was throwing a hissy fit about $30,000 a month.
Well, he originally asked for $100,000.
I know, and I'm saying that he was pissed. Like, 30,000? I can't live off this, nigga. Let me just get 30,000 twice.
You said I just need 2 months of support, and I'm golden.
That's how I know I'm poor.
Yeah, we poor.
It's all
poor. Right, not forever.
Damn, and I own a house. Shit, and these motherfuckers out here complaining about $30,000.
I want to know what he doing to need $120,000 a month.
I don't know.
Did that include rent? That can't include rent. Why would you pay rent if you still got so much money? You don't got rent.
Well, everything is made up in entertainment, so
maybe
you need all that money to, keep up with the Joneses. But damn, $30K, shit.
I don't know what it's kind of like that song. It's cheaper to keep.
It is.
In this case, him, honey.
And this is one of the things that I get into, like with this whole. Well, it's not a whole thing. Like the whole women empowerment, and women want to be on an equal player level, and I'm with all of that. But just know that if you're on equal player level, there's some shit that you're going to have to do that you thought a man was going to have to do for you, i.e. pay spousal support. Yeah. Now, if you the lead in this relationship, and you taking more or less the gender role of a man and providing and bringing home the bacon, you can't be mad
Yes.
When that man, y'all break up, and that man be like, I need my money. I need my money.
I don't know what's a brand man like? I was going to think when we need our purses, what's a nice brand that men need?
I need my Cartier watches.
I'm used to a certain thing. But I think the hard part what marrying can do is that it's playing out in front of a crowd.
Yeah.
Like, I almost feel like, it's other things playing into it. Like, I feel like he's definitely using the media to, to his advantage and, making her, because when it's in front of a crowd, you want to get it done.
Yeah.
You want to be quick and dirty.
Yeah.
Compared to if nobody else knew. Well, okay, you want this 120, let's drag it out then. If you want to do this, let's go into it too. But like I said, it's something off that feel about this situation. Because like I said, they were married for 13 years. An article even said that they had like this prenup agreement, but for some reason was null and void. I know sometimes prenups, if you're married for so long, it don't.
Yeah,
it don't matter.
I think most prenups is like for 5 years.
And that's it.
Yeah, because most marriages end before then. So, after that, they've been married together for 13 years. So that's way beyond the statute of limitations of a prenup.
He did a little better than Janet. Well, Janet stayed for 5 years and 2 months.
Ooh. And then she got all that cut.
Run me my money.
Bitch better have my money.
But also that thing of living beyond the means is something else. Because ain't married, we done went through this before in the 90s, Mary. Come on.
Sure did.
But that CD, though.
It's going to be lit.
When I tell you, that latest Mary J. Blige CD is the truth and nothing but the truth.
Amen.
It is a break-up CD. It's going back to, like, Share My World. Yes, it's like that Share My World. Mm-hmm. It's first Mary J. Blige. And when you can just play the whole CD, the whole when you just play it, it's like a whole story. Mm-hmm. This is what this latest CD is. Mm. But okay, so thinking broadly about this. So I think there's rich people things too. Yeah. But what do you think about this gender role at play? Mm-hmm. So for us normal folks, how do you think this goes? So what is your thoughts on males or females having to pay this idea like of spousal support, and how is gender at play here?
I don't have a problem with it.
Okay.
Because it's been so much on the other side, like men are expected to pay spousal support and things of that sort. But if the woman is the lead when it comes to financial support, mm-hmm. she got to get off that money. Not that's to say that it's gonna be me and you, but I feel like it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it's going to be equal and we want everything to be equal playing field and money to be equal, consequences or, things in marriage, that also got to be equal too.
Absolutely. I know Mary J. Blige is a celebrity, but she ain't the only one. It's a lot of women out here financing these dudes' PlayStation and Jordan's habits. Because the thing is, I think if the tables were turned, I always saying, girl, get your money.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a decade in.
Yeah.
A decade in, it's different. I think the time commitment is what do it for me. I think anything 5 years under, let's just sign a little servant's pay.
Right.
But I think you stay with somebody for a decade in, you owe them something. Please, I got some friends now who married who gonna be paying alimony about 3 or 4 years. And I don't believe in financing a man's or my partner's period lifestyle. Like, I do believe when you're in a relationship, it's a partnership. So we need to have an understanding of moving forward. And if you don't got the money necessarily put in, you putting it in different ways. Yeah. But it's important to have an understanding of expectations. So what I'm going to say out to y'all ladies out there, I'm saying to my ladies, you can't expect to bring home the bacon, fry it, and clean up after it and not have to give something to that person if you decide to end a relationship. Yeah. That's just the clean, dirty, shady part about it. I know I still feel a certain way about having to finance a man's life. There's something about that just don't sit right with me, and that's some lead and triggering stuff I gotta work through. I know I can't do it. But ladies, if y'all out here doing it, don't be coming to me. Don't be sending in no letters to Black Love. And I actually peeked at the one today. Is a little bit similar, not to the same level, but it's a little similar to this. Don't be coming here talking about he want to do this and he don't. Well, that's the expectation you set. Yeah. It sounds like you changed, not him.
You did change.
I don't know. Anything else with that, Niram?
No. My only thing is that don't be trying to be mad when You've been financing this dude
Mm-hmm.
all through this relationship, and you think you about to just get up off of him. He coming for that money.
Come on. What did Drake say in his back-to-back? Don't be wifing these dudes up.
Yeah.
But what did he say about Nicki? He wifed her?
Yeah.
Or Nicki wifed him up?
Yeah.
Well, you wifing them up.
Hey, you got chicks wifing niggas
Or
out
be
here.
okay with it.
Yeah.
If you're going to wife them up, this is wrong. We shouldn't say it like this. But if that's what your relationship is, let it be that way. But don't try to flip it at the end. That's what I don't like.
Yeah.
Don't try to flip it at the end. Like,
Right.
oh, he taking advantage of me, blah, blah.
You
No,
a man. You should be paying me alimony.
You can't be doing that. No.
No.
Not if you financing all this other stuff from the beginning when it was cute. Because, sometimes us ladies will get digmatized. That's an episode.
It is.
We're going to talk about being digmatized.
So, that's
And
all I
pussy
got.
whipped.
Hey.
Right. Come on.
E.
What else? You got something else to fill us on?
Yes. Orange is the new black.
We slipped
Let
and fell into this
me
one. We slipped
tell
and fell into
you.
this one.
The last season of Orange is the New Black wasn't for it, and that's why I was like, oh, this is the last season. Like, cool. They need to go ahead and end it. But let me tell you.
We slipped and fell. This is why we ain't go outside, y'all.
That
Because I was like, let's just watch one episode.
Next thing you know, 8 hours later.
Episode 8. I said, did we just spent the whole work day watching it?
We were supposed to go see Wonder Woman, but we just watched Orange is the New Black because it's free.
Yes.
But let me tell you, baby girl.
Yeah.
That shit is fire.
Yes. We can't give too much because it's still early. So it just came out, I think, in a couple weeks. We got to give normal people enough time to watch it in a consistent basis. But it was good. Like, I was like Niram. Last season and the season before that had me lost. Like, I didn't understand why they was being baptized in the water, how they got free, and then the shooting the cop at the end. It was a little cliche to me. It didn't seem like a stretch. Like, it didn't seem like that was really stretching. But like he said, I found myself watching it this season. So just a little snapshot. We ain't gonna give y'all too much because, like we said, we don't want to do too many spoilers for the diehard fans out there. But it looks like the season is taking place over this takeover by the inmates. And I was like, how they gonna have all these episodes just about the takeover? But they have. Some of the themes that come up is this idea of mental health, polyamorous relationships, family, race relations. There is an episode on here, and it's called Sing White Effie.
Oh my God.
When I tell you this episode had me in my feelings, it had me in my feelings. It's basically about, white appropriation to our culture and how do you navigate through. So this idea of white appropriation versus being inclusive. Mm-hmm. So we, brown folks, we go to white folks and be like, why don't you include us? Why aren't you appreciating our culture? Why aren't you acknowledging it? This episode is white folks taking that to the extreme of appropriation. And I had this conversation with Niram where I was like, damn, did they have to take everything? They took everything. When I tell you, and Sing Effie Sing, for the folks who know, that's from Dreamgirls. Mm-hmm. So only thing I'm going to give away, and this is the only spoiler I'm going to give away, is that they're at this school. It's a flashback. This happens in a flashback. And it's an all-white prep school. And they're doing their stage play. But their stage play is Dreamgirls.
Lord. And
they actually do the scene, the classic Jennifer Holliday. And I'm telling you. And when I tell you white Effie, what that afro sings.
And her ass was offbeat.
Offbeat, but you could not tell her she was not giving it to you. And in one of the scenes, one of the brown girls who was watching on, I ain't gonna tell you who it is, a single tear fell from her eye.
Oh, she was crying so tough.
They took our stuff.
They took it all.
But it was good. What else you thought about Orange is the New Black? But it was.
Yes.
It was completely different.
This summer TV is off the hook.
Because usually summer TV is bad.
Yeah. House of Cards is good.
Yeah.
Orange is the New Black is good. Yes. That episode.
Yes.
Why they put an afro on that white girl?
They put that afro on that white girl. I knew when they walked in and I seen her with that afro.
And she was having like the same runs as Jennifer Hudson. No. And I was like,
she studied her.
And it was offbeat though.
Yeah, but she studied her. In that situation, like I told you, I don't blame the children.
Who you blame?
The adults in that room. That's what I blame. The children did what she was supposed to do. She did her research.
Mm-hmm. But it really does bring into this whole conversation of like, if we're going to be inclusive, you can't be mad when motherfuckers start appropriating. Yeah,
they got us with the okie doke with systematics and that witchcraft. They got us.
Inclusive does mean that sometimes people are going to appropriate, and they ain't going they ain't gonna shout out the people
who created
who
it.
created this shit. They
And the
gonna
babies
use
don't
it.
know.
Yeah, they don't know this shit. It's like it's Dream Girls.
Yeah, and that's all they know. They they just know the Beyonce.
Yeah.
And Jennifer Hudson.
So they don't know that shit. So.
But it was intense. And also I think a lot more in this season, again, we're not gonna give too much away, but this idea of mental health.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this idea of morality and ethics.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the right thing to do? When and how?
Yeah.
But like I said, we're going to really go into detail about it because it was a few episodes that I was like, yes, we need to talk about this. Oh, one more. What was that woman? What were those people called? I think they called not mole people, but survivalist.
Yeah.
Y'all, I wanted to have a conversation. Okay. No, I ain't going to give it away. I was about to say it. I ain't going to give it away.
But, you know, the last thing is like this whole notion of polyamorous relationships. You know, it's definitely being trendy.
Yeah.
You know, it's a trendy thing.
It's getting more and more trendy, I think, in our culture.
Yeah.
I would say in like, you know, the American, even the brown community. I've been hearing a lot more in the African-American brown community, I should say, because there's some non-African-American, some black communities is already popular, a thing. But I would say in the African-American community, it ain't necessarily a thing right now.
It's not. So, you know, as the season has been playing out, you're going to see a lot of notions of like polyamorous and you know what that looks like and like how to deal with that. And you know, I really don't have much on that, so maybe we have to bring one of our friends who are in polyamorous.
Absolutely, but the way they even presented it in Orange Is the New Black, and even the way our friend presents, I'm like, oh yeah, that do make some damn sense.
It does.
Because I cannot give it away, but we'll just say this: in Orange Is the New Black, the way the woman brings it is that I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't give you, my children, the house, and myself, all of me. Why don't we bring somebody in here to help hold some of this weight?
Mm-hmm.
She said that to him.
She did.
And I'm thinking like, damn, she right, honey. Wouldn't it be nice to have a weekend off? To be like, you and Mary Beth, y'all hang out.
Uh-huh.
You got it.
So what? So
you got it, Keisha. You pick up the kids, Keisha. Come on. You know, because I think when people think of polyamorous, it goes straight to this sexual thing.
Yeah.
And it's more than that.
Yeah.
You know, again, I'm not been in, but I'm just assuming it got to be more than that. I'm sure it's a piece of it. How you doing? But it's more than that.
Yeah. And like that whole support system. And it's just like
having a third. Could you imagine we had a third person?
Hey. Oh. Third person on these bills.
You want a roommate. You don't want another. And that's another thing. It ain't just a roommate. Yeah. But other than that, y'all, Orange Is the New Black. If last season didn't get it for y'all, at least try it out. You don't binge watch. We watched like 7 episodes. Don't do it like Niram and I did this weekend. But I would recommend really taking a peek at it. Like it's something different. It's something a little different. But the only critique, look, I'm like you with Black Panther. The only critique I had, like I said, I haven't watched all the episodes, but the ones that we watched, it feels like some of the dialogue is a little bit
coonish
and a little dumbed down.
Yeah.
I ain't like that. Like a couple scenes I was triggered. And this is not just for the brown woman. This is for the white women, the brown women, all of them, the junkies. Like some of that stuff they was talking, I was like, what the hell is y'all talking about? Like this don't make no damn sense. So some points I was just like, that makes me a little uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. These women not that crazy. Like they're not dumb.
Right.
And, you know, I ain't like that. I feel like it was more, you know, pushing on that stereotype that if you go to jail, you're dumb.
Yeah. Or you got like a mental health thing.
Yeah. Everybody fall in that category. Yeah. And I didn't, a couple scenes I was like, no.
And that's not necessarily the case. So yeah, I did sense like some cooning. Yes. It was not just cooning, you know, from black folks, but it was cooning from the Latinos and the Spanish
I
speaking.
actually think, you know, because I think the first couple seasons of Orange Is the New Black, I was like, they got these black girls on 10.
Yeah.
Like, come on, damn. Like, every time you walk in a room, you don't do a beat.
Right.
It ain't like an intro song to a beat.
Lips ain't always popping.
Yeah.
Hey, girl. It ain't always like that.
No, especially in jail, I could imagine. But you know, I really think they did something with the Latina women. Look, all the Latina women out there listening, they kind of tried y'all a little bit.
They sure did.
Because, I don't want to give away too much, but they definitely it was playing into this idea of either you're very motherly, you're overbearing and very masculine in the way you do your stuff, or you're just a sex symbol. You're just there to be pretty. Yeah. And I think they definitely played up on that stereotype a lot.
All three of them.
To the point where it was getting on my motherfucking nerves. I was gonna be like, I started to text some of my Latina friends like, girl, you need to get your girls together because they getting on my motherfucking nerves.
Y'all okay with this?
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, girl, is this how it be? But other than that, that's a small critique, and it's television, so I know it's not real. So I know you got to exaggerate a little bit, but that's the only thing. I was just like, girl, come on, pull it back. But that's it.
Mm-hmm. What else you got for us, baby girl?
Alrighty. So, oh my goodness, we're just running our mouth so much. So, the last thing I want to talk about, like I said, I had a weekend, but I've been triggered about 3-4 times. So I guess the difference is working through it and acknowledging that it's happened. So I was having conversations with, family members and stuff like this, and somehow the podcast came up because I don't know if y'all know. I really ain't sure. Like, I try not to bring it up too much with my family. Like, when it first launched, I was like, please support. Here's the link. And I just left it like that because I knew I was going to be raw on here. I knew I was going to be talking about them. Like, I just wanted to present it to them and leave it how it was. Right. So it's been getting around the family finally. And as y'all know, I come from this unbounded family. And I'll keep it 100 with y'all. It's been positive, but a few folks have been saying that their idea that they're uncomfortable with like the swearing. And I was like, do you know who our family is? What you mean you uncomfortable with the saying? Like, they didn't say it disrespectful or anything, but I did feel like triggered.
Why?
In that situation. Because it's like, what of the whole podcast, you couldn't get past a couple F-bombs and shit. Like, I don't think we cuss as much as, I think we cuss on here more than in person. But I think we do that because this is a form, this is an outlet, and this is us being creative. So let's be clear. Niram and I created this podcast first and foremost as a, how do you say it?
An outlet. As an outlet, because we feel as if we didn't hear our voices or our opinions on any other types of podcasts or television. So it was a form of therapy for us as a couple to kind of get things out there and have a conversation. And then secondly, it was for other people to kind of see themselves in us, feel as if they have a voice. But it always started with us. So at any point that, and Niram, you could jump in, if we're doing this podcast and we're not happy, we just gonna stop. Yeah, we're gonna say,
because we enjoy it. We love this. We love spending time. We love getting to listen. Like, this is when we love this engagement. But I was just triggered on it. I guess the idea is that our family has bigger fish to fry than me cussing. Like, do you know what I'm saying there? Can you help me?
Yes.
Can you help me?
I think is, so, most of our family from the Midwest.
Yes.
Thus meaning that we originated from the South.
Yes.
And I feel like the Midwest has like this whole like morality. Yes. This Midwest morality.
Yeah.
This whole passing judgment type thing, and and very conservative. A lot of Midwest people, especially Midwest Black folks, are so damn conservative.
Yeah, they closet conservatives. Yeah, I like to say.
They are
liberals, but closet conservatives.
Yeah, and like so damn conservative that they pass judgment on like all types of other shit. Like, oh, he gay. Like, you going to hell.
And that's my thing. Yeah. We got family members, who may be gay, and the family will talk trash about them. But you talking about you disappointed and you uncomfortable because I'm cussing. Ma'am, sir, sis, bruh, cuz. You passing judgment on somebody's sexual orientation, how they were born. Go read the Bible.
No, but I really think that's the thing, and for families that we have, and I hate to be the person to be like, we got bigger things to fry and things of that sort, because I hate when people do it, because I hate when people was doing it with Bill Maher and all that stuff. But we got other things to worry about other than us cussing, and if you don't like us cussing, Jimmy crack corn and I don't fucking care. You ain't got to listen to our podcast because it's for us. It's for us first. We do this so we can get enjoyment out of it. It's been times when me and Niambi don't even watch TV. We just listen to our podcast and laugh at the shit that we say. So I think that, it's cool. Like, and I thank you for the support, family.
Of course. We gotta speak our truth though.
The thing about cussing, like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't.
We grown too.
Both of us, we are in our 30s. And if we can't, hold on. Pause.
I done got Niram riled up. I ain't mean to do this, y'all.
We are in our 30s.
Yes.
We own the house. We own our own house.
Yes.
So we pay the cost to be the motherfucking boss. The same thing, the same shit mama been telling us.
Yes.
And daddy done been telling us.
Yes.
All these damn years talking about it's our house, our rules.
Yes.
Motherfucker, I pay for this podcast. I pay for this bills. I pay for the internet. I pay for the light that's going on. I pay for the room that we are in. This is our shit.
Come on, Papa Niram.
So, you know, all this passing judgment about, I really like it, and I would really enjoy it if it wasn't too much cousin. Like, you got other things going on. You banning people from the family because they gay, or you banning people because they might owe you some change and things of that sort.
Go to a therapist.
It's a lot of things that y'all need to get through yourselves.
Yes, before we coming over.
Before you start worrying about who cussing, who not.
But I think, because I always say we always got to be productive for our listeners. So I think it's almost this idea of respectability politics.
Yeah.
In families. And how do you navigate within it? So I think that's where the overarching umbrella comes to. How do you handle these respectability politics in families? Because it's an illusion.
It is.
It is an illusion.
Well, respectability politics in itself is just a fucking illusion.
Yeah.
But I really think it is because, that's where you have like family members like, oh, we wish you guys would come over more and things of that sort. And you ever wonder why we don't come through no more? Because we go through all this respectability shit. Yeah. Oh, y'all done been together for 11 years. Like, when y'all gonna get married? It's none of your fucking business. And I think that's just this whole thing of this whole notion of like growing up, go to school, do just enough to graduate, get a good job, find a girl you like, marry her, but make sure you marry her before you have a baby because you and sin. And, and going through this whole timeline.
Get a dog and do this.
Yeah, and get a dog and then work, all your life.
To do the same stuff.
And then to retire and then grow old and look at your grandkids and then judge them and like all that stuff.
Judge your grandbaby.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think this is the thing. Like, when it comes down to it, we are, even though we are on the older side of the millennial, we are two millennials who have funded our way through college, moved out here into white ass New England on our own. Figured out and navigate how we can do that. Bought our own house before we was 30. And in process of selling it so we can make money off of it. And the problem that you have with us is that we curse too much. You can kick a rock. Barefoot.
As I said, I was just a little triggered by it. And it just got me to kind of thinking. And then I flipped it and had to ask myself, because I believe in the teaching of Banzai, why did it trigger me so much? Why did it get under my sin?
Yeah.
So, it's that idea of how you were raised and that stuff, that baggage that you keep.
Yeah.
And
but
it's a journey.
It is, but it's also like, being raised in the Midwest, and I think this is also true for the South, is that, being in a black family, you was always taught to like respect your elders and, the elders are always right.
And let me make it clear, I never cuss in front of I just don't go home at the kitchen table and F this. No.
Yeah.
That's not how I operate at all.
Exactly.
But in my own space and time, no.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be clear on that too.
Yeah, exactly. My mother is, my mother is 70. I'm not going there and, say, fuck this. I might drop a damn or shit, but.
Okay.
At least I ain't hitting there with the F-bomb. But I think that we should have, at this point, we have earned the liberty to do and say whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah. And I think that's just the hard part. So, I also it's that idea of being touched by white hands.
It is. And the fact that, being touched by white hands is a gift and a curse. The fact that we have been, we have had the readings of Baldwin.
We've been liberated. I love a good liberation.
And what's
everybody
that
ain't been liberated.
We've been liberated. And, when we go back home, people can see that like, oh.
It's a freeness.
It's a freeness. And people may may see that as bougie. Like, oh, y'all bougie. And it's not bougie, boo. Like,
I just know my worth.
I know my worth and I'm free.
Yeah. We free. If they only knew.
They were slaves. They could have freed 1,000 more. So I think that's the thing that, we free. And with that, with seeing that, people think like, oh, you bougie or you goody two shoes or, all this other stuff, we too good for you. That's not it, because I get down and I cuss with the rest of the motherfuckers.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and I know where, you know, and people want to call it the code switch, but it's not a code switch. Like, it's the environment.
Yeah.
So I think that's
a good episode too, the idea of code switching. And,
yeah. Because I'm not code switching for shit, but I'm not going to be, you know, saying what up, though. Well, I do say what up, though. But like, nigga this, nigga that at work in front of all these damn white people. No.
They don't get the privilege of that.
No.
They don't get the privilege to be on my inside network.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not friends.
Like Ice Cube said, we took that word back.
Oh, you're right. He said we took that word back.
Yeah. That's our word.
Yeah. You can't have it. Why? Because I fucking said so.
Exactly. And you just got to deal with it. So
you got to deal with it.
I just think, you know, for people who are like, this is art. Like, this is a podcast.
I'm sensitive about mine.
And we sensitive about our shit. And like, I appreciate everyone who listens to it. Thank y'all. But
I just think it was a bigger, like, when I got to think about it, that's why, you know, I believe in keeping it 100 with our Black Love listeners. And I think we're not the only one going through it. So I think it's something that plays into this idea of a supportive brown family, but that respectability politics. Okay, you only can do it this way. Or it's like a certain picture that's set for how you're supposed to be and how you're supposed to act and how you're supposed to behave. And when you go against that.
Yeah.
And how do you go against that? Because to grow as a person, you have to go against that. You can't always fall in line with your mama, brother, cousin, aunties, and them think you're supposed to be, because there's no growth in that.
Exactly.
So, you know, I think that's more the broader conversation that I wanted to bring to our listeners and letting them know. And, you know, because y'all know I be all in my feelings sometimes. But it was just like a trigger, like, of all the things we going on. And also that mirroring process. So have you reflected the mirror back on you? Mm-hmm. So what made you about this situation, you know, get you to this point? You know what they say in Color Purple? Every sinner got a future, every saint got a past.
Yeah.
So what was you doing at 30?
Exactly.
At the cabaret, honey?
At the cabaret. Shout out to Grandma and Papa. At the cabaret.
Overalls.
You know.
And the thing is, it's not that generation. So I haven't heard a peak from nothing but positivity, like from my grandparents and the older generation. It's right at that mid.
Yeah.
That's another episode. Well, actually, you know, as y'all know, my parents are coming in this weekend, this following weekend. So Father's Day weekend. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. A week or two. So we actually might invite them or incorporate them on the podcast. And just get their kind of viewpoints and their opinion. I was thinking about having them as our Black Love story. Okay. But maybe we can bring them in on some pillow talk or kitchen table talk. Mm-hmm. You know, just to get their view. Because I it might be a generational thing. Because like I said, my papa, he be like, I like this and that. Yeah. And you said this and this. Yeah, and that was our generation just this, but that mid. Yeah. Them other ones feel a certain.
Ooh, so much cussing.
And I'm looking at them like, what?
Don't y'all go to the movies?
Oh, no, I'm thinking back to my childhood. I remember lots of cussing.
Exactly.
Who taught me?
You.
But I think it's just interesting. I think it's interesting. And even maybe with their ideas of respectability content. Because hurt people hurt folks. Yeah. So maybe this is a chain reaction that they've gotten from them, from other folks.
Because I learned my first motherfucker from one of my uncles. He had that cigarette on his lip.
The tip of his lip.
Tip of his lip.
And it was dangling.
And it was jiggling. And he said, that motherfucker better bring me my money.
And you learn. You know what? And I did learn how to cuss from older people. They can cuss good, can't they? Yes, they can. I don't have nothing on them. The way they can run a string together, it'll hurt your feelings, honey.
It make you want to cry.
Right. But again, like I just want to reiterate, you know, I love my family and everything, but you know, we always got to just be 100. And like, have y'all out there experienced this? You know, it might not be in regards to like this podcast. This is more creative, but maybe your life choices, who you dating, who you moving, career choices, going to school, not going to school. You know, even little things on being vegan. Is a big thing with brown families. Not eating pork. Like it's big things.
Like on brown family, like, oh, you too good for us.
Yeah, like it's certain things that I'd be like, well, what in the world? Why is it like this? Or this idea of, you know, of having a baby before you married, or like, you know, all these things I think take into place. So let us know, how do you handle these respectability politics in your family? How do you navigate through it? I guess we didn't give any productive. I guess you have to really be you. Yeah. And you have to be unapologetically you. And sometimes, as the Lord say, you have to go by yourself and stand in that. And if it's family, they're going to come back eventually once they blow off some steam. Yeah. And if they don't, they don't.
And, you know,
being okay with it.
And when you don't change, they're still going to talk about you. But eventually, they just going to have to get over it. It's going to, you know, they're going to talk about it so much, and other family members going to be like, hey, like,
be quiet.
They not changing. it don't matter how much you talk about such and such being gay. He not changing.
He is gay. He was born
he
this
gay.
way. Yes.
And he
Move
gonna
on.
like men, and he not being delivered.
It's
So you need to get over it.
yes.
Because he coming over his partner, and your ass don't need to be like this.
Yes. Yes.
And so that's one of the things you need to figure out. Like,
absolutely.
And lastly, if family members ain't fucking with you, you need to figure out why they ain't fucking with you. Because maybe it's because you are passing these judgments.
Yes.
And, you know, saying all this slick slide shit.
Yeah.
And it doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be that thing. It don't need to be the case.
I agree.
So,
I agree.
you know, I'm practicing my First Amendment right. This is my podcast.
You said your First Amendment right.
And
you
I
sound like them maggots.
yes.
You sound like them Donald Trump.
I know,
supporters.
right?
Yeah.
And I pay the cost to be the boss here. So unless you want to start sponsoring the Black Love Matters podcast, and I'm not talking about $5 a month.
You said sponsorship. We're looking for sponsorship.
Yeah.
You silly.
So if you plan on sponsoring,
But even that, if it
yeah.
don't match my core values, they keep them coins.
Yes. So
yeah. All right. All righty. Do we got some kitchen table talk?
yeah, we do. We got a letter in.
All right. What is it?
So for all y'all, thanks for the emails. We have been getting a lot. But if you want us to respond to your letter, send us an email at blacklovematters@gmail.com. Remember, that's black, no K, lovematters@gmail.com. And we'll read it on the show.
All right.
So this person says, hello, Niambi and Niram. I work at a Fortune 500 company.
Ooh.
Hey, shout out to you. I have more of the financial responsibility than my partner. He's in school studying to get his PhD.
Okay.
I feel uncomfortable when he doesn't have cash for a date, and I have to pay for it. And I'm embarrassed to have to pay for our dinner when we are out with another couple. He's a good guy, but I feel like a man should take the lead financially.
Again.
Am I wrong to feel this way?
Here we go again. Didn't I just answer this question in the Pillow Talk with MJB? Alrighty. So I want me to start?
Go ahead.
All right. So I would say you're not wrong for feeling this way. But I would say for you not to be wrong, you had to set the expectation early. So again, I'm so big about expectations and being upfront about your truth. If you can be upfront about your truth, your life would be so much easier. But from this email, it looks like you didn't set the expectation early. So first of all, you're working for a Fortune 500 company. So what would you think? This person making a clean 6 figures?
Yeah.
So the person making clean 6 figures. And the partner is studying to get his PhD. Yeah. And as a current grad student, as the majority of my community has been recently grad students or currently grad students, you on a fixed income.
Yeah.
You might as well been like retired. You get certain money from the government,
yeah.
and it ain't no more. So they poor.
Yeah.
They making maybe a 5. Maybe, and I'm talking about low 5s. So I'm talking about above the poverty line. So maybe 20.
Yeah.
If they in a good state, $30,000 a year.
Yeah. And that's the thing.
Before
they usually
taxes.
pay just enough over the poverty line, so you can't get benefits like food stamps. And
so my thing is, so you knew what was going on. So I guess one of my first questions, was they in the PhD program when y'all met, or did they decide to get into PhD program after y'all met?
Mm-hmm.
So I think those two different scenarios. So if they were in the PhD program when y'all met, this you changed.
Yeah, you
not
changed.
the person.
Mm-hmm.
The person, you already knew when you were dating this person what their situation was, what it was going to be, what it looked like. Now, if the person was also at a Fortune 500 company, then decide to go back and get their PhD. Now, see, this is where the tables begin to turn, because this is not what you expected. This is not something that you signed up for, and I think you do have the right to feel a certain way. But as always, I always think you have to start with an honest conversation with the person.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a few episodes before we talked about how finances could, ruin a relationship. So I think it is about saying, I'm uncomfortable when we go certain places and you're not paying, what's going on, how are your finances doing? Just having an honest conversation. But what I also would say to this person, you can't have a champagne taste with a Kool-Aid budget.
Hey.
So when we're talking about going to dinner, are we talking about going to Chili's, or are we talking about going to the Capitol Grill? Because as a doctoral student, you can't afford to go to the Capitol Grill for a $200 tab every weekend. Maybe $400 if you're the type of friends who y'all just pay for the whole bill.
Right.
They not necessarily a couple. $400, that's their check.
That's their whole check for
2 weeks. That's 2 weeks of work. $400. But now Chili's, yes, he should be able to come up with $20 at the whole cup of $40. Yes, he might have to switch some stuff around. That should be the expectation doing. So I think you need to analyze that. Also, I'm just curious if this is a symptom or the disease. So what's the bigger issue? Do you truly want to be in this relationship with this person? And you just see the finances and you pulling out your wallet as the ticking piece, like, oh, I can't, this is the signal. Do you not want to be with this person? Is the flame gone? Is his season past? So that's something you need to ask yourself. Like, do I really want to be with this person? And moving forward with that. And after that, are embarrassed about it? So that's the thing that threw me off a little bit, this idea that she's embarrassed about it in front of her friends. So are the friends giving slack, or are you talking too damn much about your friends and what y'all doing? Because how they know what credit card you pulling out and when?
Right.
Just because you pull a card out, that don't mean they necessarily believe it's yours. Right. How do they don't know stuff not combined or income? And also, it's not none of their motherfucking business.
It's your right.
They don't know if he done gave you cash. He don't.
Yeah. Y'all don't know what agreements y'all had before.
Come on. That's not their business. So that's why it leads me to think that there's a bigger issue going on. And they might be to adjust the position in their relationship. Where do y'all even want to be together? Yeah. And this was just the straw that broke the camel's back. You sick of his ass being poor. Because to get it out to agree is anything between 3 and 6 years.
Yeah, it is.
So I don't know how far he in it, but you might have another 5 years of this.
Hey.
And the payoff might be beautiful.
Yeah.
So once he get it, the tables might completely turn.
Yeah, and the tables may flip.
But that don't mean nothing. If you don't want to be with this person.
Yeah.
Because when the tables turns and you do have the money, it's going to be something else. So if he stays in academia, you're going to have these long hours. It's something else is going to happen. That's why I say so as a symptom. But if it's not, so if all those things I answer wrong, because as you can see, I was hinting to say, do you really want to be with this person? Is it something else going on? If you're saying, Niambi, no, I care about him. It's strictly about the money in that situation. This is where I think the idea of sacrifice comes in a relationship. So if you personally don't want to pay for these things, sis, I'm assuming you a sis, you don't have to. And you still want to go on dates and do things with other couples, everything doesn't cost money.
No.
So this is meaning where the sacrifice had to be made. So maybe you can't go to Capitol Grill, Chili's, Red Lobster, but maybe, look, take it from there. Maybe y'all need to go on a picnic.
Yeah.
Maybe y'all need to go to the museum. Maybe y'all need to go to happy hour. Maybe y'all need to use more cost-effective things that's within his budget.
A potluck at y'all house.
That you can do. Exactly. A potluck at y'all house. A game night at your house. 'Cause I know it sounds like you like to engage and be with friends. So there's things that you can do. Free festivals. I'm not sure where you live, but there's always a free festival where you can kind of just buy street foods. So that's kind of the two sides of the coin I have. So my advice is dovetail. So the first piece is really figuring out if you want to be with this person, because it sounds like you're wavering a little bit. And if you're wavering, you really got to have a moment to say, is this where I want to be? Is this who I want to be with? Is this who I want to invest my time and energy into it? If the answer is no, start working your way out. Don't drag this on. Don't make it about the coins. Just say, I don't want to be in this relationship. I'm not happy. Move on and go find who you're supposed to be with. But if the flip side is like, no, I love him, Niambi, I want to be with him. This is the time in relationship, I think it's time for sacrifice. If you're not willing to put the money up now, do things that don't cost as much money. I think that's the sacrifice you will make in a relationship. Because if I love you, Niram, I know you can't afford to do certain things, but I'd rather hang out with you than have a ribeye steak. I'm going to make it work.
Ditto.
And and sometimes if you want to have that ribeye steak, he can't afford it, maybe you got to have a girl's night. A girl's brunch weekend to do those types of things. Like, it's ways to work through this, because I'm assuming he's busy as a grad student.
Yeah.
So he's not just sitting there looking at you. And you busy at the Fortune 500 too.
Making all that money.
Yeah. So that's just kind of my advice for working through. It seems like it's something else going on, but if it ain't, sometimes I think this is a perfect example of willing to make sacrifice and working with each other through the hard times and the good times.
True that.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is a very interesting question, because I kind of see a little bit of our previous situation in this. So I was getting my first master's. Niambi already had graduated. She started working. So, I'm on that graduate student stipend. Niambi making that good money at work. And I feel like one of the things that you might need to do is have a conversation with your man and have this real conversation, because as a person who's grew up in the Midwest and, kind of have like these conservative things that was put, that's put up on you, and you kind of feel like, oh, a man's supposed to take care of the woman, blah, blah, blah. for me, like I didn't feel cool, and I felt I even felt uncomfortable in certain situations where Niambi had to pick up the bill, and it's like, damn man, like I should be able to do that. But knowing that I can't do it because hell, I'm only getting $400-500 every 2 weeks, and uh, I I don't have enough free time or the luxury of free time to actually go pick up another job because my advisor on my ass. I got all these classes and paper. So I think one of the things that you really need to have with your man, your partner, sis class, is this whole conversation of, not keeping score, like Papa said.
She keeping score.
She keeping score.
You
and
right.
not keeping score, and just knowing like this is a relationship, and if y'all plan on being in for a long run, it's gonna be ever evolving. So, there was times where Niambi was the primary financial person. Now it's times where I'm the primary financial person, and it's like, well, I got to do this, school, and I take care of the bills, babe, and things of that sort. So just knowing that, you keeping score, sis.
Yeah.
And
why?
And just knowing that everything is not permanent. Like he's only going to be in school for, this period of time, and the reward may be great. You don't know what this dude may be. Yeah. He might be the next, give me a famous PhD student.
All of us.
Exactly. So, you never know like what benefits may come from that, but just know that, from a man's point of view, he might be feeling uncomfortable about it too. Like, damn, like I wish I can do more for you, babe. I wish I can provide more for you, but I'm in a situation and I can't do much.
Because what be the flip side to this? When y'all go out, he pays for all this stuff. When it's time for the real bills,
it was time for bills and shit.
Real bills.
And,
I ain't talking about Crackle Barrel and Capital Grill. I'm talking about light bills.
Yeah, and
he ain't got his on that.
And he ain't got his portion, and now you looking pissy. So
now that is a different episode, because I believe you got to make sure you're eating. You got to make sure basic bills paid. What she talking about is extracurricular.
Yeah. So I think
disposable income.
So I think that's the thing you need to actually think about, is it disposable income, or is it stuff that you need? You thinking about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Like he's taking care of the stuff. So if y'all got the situation where he's paying the rent or all the utilities and his money is tapped, sis, you can't be mad when y'all go out. Yeah. And he ain't got no money to take your ass out to Capital Grill because shit, he paying these fucking bills. Yeah. Or whatever bills. So you can't be mad. Yeah, it's the idea of sacrifice. Yeah. So, like Big Sean said, you got to make sacrifices. Yeah, for long term. Yeah. For short term or long term outcome. Exactly. So, that's it. That's one of the things I've just seen through my lens, is that, we kind of experienced this type of thing. And as a person who was on the other end, and, you had to, be the financial beneficiary when it comes to like going out and things of that sort, being like, damn. But you also got to think like these are all appearances. Yes, that's all. This is appearances because, like you said, you don't know what type of agreement you and your partner has. You
have one bank account. With the card. Yeah.
So. Yeah. No, sis.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. She worried about embarrassed with friends. And friends probably ain't even thinking about that. They just glad the card went through, honey.
Exactly.
They don't got to pick up.
They ain't got to pick up your side of the damn tab. Because there's been some friends like that. Like, Lord.
I said, Lord, let it go through.
Let their card go through, because I do not want to pay for that.
And they done got everything on the menu. But we got
talking about, we want to split this down. You want to split this down the middle?
No, ma'am. I got a Caesar salad.
Your ass got a 5-course meal.
Yeah. No, we love y'all. We love y'all. We get it. All right. That was another good one.
That was a good one. Well, guys, leave us a 5-star rating on iTunes and Stitcher, and we will definitely shout you guys out on the show. Also, submit your Black Love Stories to blacklovematters.com/love story. Remember, that's Black no K. Also to submit Kitchen's Cable. Also to remember, I'm messing up. You
won't need me to jump in.
You know what? I'm messing up, and I'm not going to edit this shit out because
to submit a question for Kitchen Table Talk, just email us again at blacklovematters@gmail.com. blacklovematters@gmail.com. No K. And leave us a comment about anything that we discussed today on SoundCloud, the podcast, all that good stuff. And y'all don't forget about that voicemail. I think we done scared folks with the voicemail because I done told my uncle's story. But send us a voicemail. We want to hear y'all voice. Like, we're going to put you on the podcast if you actually leave us a voicemail. So that voicemail is 508-784-1111. So that's 508-784-1111. And don't forget our questions of the day. So how do you handle respectability politics in your family? And what's your thoughts on alimony, spousal support, both ways. So the female's paying for the male and the male paying for the female. Again, talk to y'all later this week on Wednesday. We're going to be back with our Black love story. We got a good one for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So just again, remember, love is ever evolving. Talk to y'all later.
Peace. You know what? I don't appreciate you taking over. You know I got a speech impediment.
I was like, what is he saying?
Y'all know I got a speech impediment.
Just say it. Spit it out. Black love matters. It's everything is Black love matters.
I know. Okay.
Okay.
So.
And you talking about
Hey.
I'm sorry. I'm starving.
All right then.
Give me something to eat.
Okay.
All right. Love you.
Love you too.